In this video, we'll be looking at which website is right for your small business. A lot of small business owners, they do come with a lot of challenges when they are starting out their websites. They kind of have a lot of questions and a lot of ideas of how their website should look like. Sometimes it can be very difficult to take off the ground when you are having those challenges. So we'll be looking at this set of questions that basically you should be asking yourself in terms of the website that you need, so that you can get the maximum benefit of the website type that you want. So basically there are two types of websites, which is static and a dynamic website. We will be looking at those so that you can see the examples of what it simply means and the pros and cons as well, and the type of questions that you should be asking. So let us look into it. You are in the right place. This lesson is for you if, number one, you want your website done for you. It's either you're working with us as Creative 21 or you're working with another web developer, or maybe you want to do it yourself. You know, there's a lot of page builders out there, a lot of tools, a lot of systems that you can use to build your own website, and this is right for you if you're just getting started. If you're a small business owner and you're taking things off the ground, and you know, you've got administration work to do, this and that, and you want to put the website up and running in no time, and then you're not sure what the kind of website you need. We do come across a lot of business owners when they want us to do their websites. They do say, I've seen a website like this, can you do something like that, can you do something like that? And at the back of our mind, you know, we're actually asking, does this person know what they are wanting to do, or what comes with such a website that they need to create? So we'll be looking into that as well. So your benefit for listening to this training is that you'll be able to communicate with the developer or web developer what you need. You'll be able to understand the type of website you need, and you will actually get the website, the right website that works for you. That's another benefit. There's a lot more benefits that you actually can get to. So now, which kind of website is right for you? So let us look at the static website. There is and the dynamic website. I'm going to show you real quick right now. So what you're looking at right now is called a static website. As you can see, this is actually one of our clients where we designed this website for them. They're in healthcare, and a static website basically is a website that is built with two languages. That is, the baseline is two languages, that is HTML and CSS. So it's easy to create a website with a static website. It's you can use any of these page builders, and we also have an in-house page builder. If you go to our website Creative 21 and then click on page builder, you will be able to log into your portal and then create a website in no time using the drag and drop method. There is our page builder is almost similar to Weebly and other page builders that are there. Very good for amateurs and beginners and people that are advanced in website creation as well. So back to a static website. Now, a static website loads quickly, much faster, and then there is little to no updates that happens on a static website, because everything remains static, as the word says. So as you can see, this is a very good example, and then here there is some testimonies here that they can actually click there to read some of the testimonies. And then there is also the about section. Now the about section basically explains about the company and some cool images and things like that. And then there is the join the team. Now the join the team is whereby we added a form whereby people can actually fill out the details and then upload their CVs and submit the application and things like that. So this is a very good example of a static website. Now there's no functions on it on a static website. So now one of the things that we do as well is that we create this on your behalf. If you don't want to go through the hassle of creating on your own, you can also use our page builder, or we can do that for you. Now, looking at this website again, now this is known as a dynamic website. Now, let me explain the dynamic part of this website. So now, if you look at this website, someone comes on this website and then they search for a keyword. Okay, so they can search for, like, if they created this website to connect coaches and consultants. So this is a website which is basically like a business directory for coaches and consultants. And then let's say someone is looking for a social media. Let me just say social media. Let me just say business coach. Someone comes in and say business coach. Okay, someone comes in and say business coach, and then they just click on search. They're going to find the results of business coaches. So this is a business coach. This was done by a business coach. It's an article, and then that's the dynamic part of it. And then if you look at some of the newest members, what it simply means is that if someone clicks on join, they register on the website, their details are going to populate on this page. And if they write an article, they can become members, and then within the website they can actually write articles, and they can be shown on the front page. And then the other thing that happens is that there are reviews. Okay, if someone leaves a review for someone, the review page is automatically updated with the reviews that have been given. And there is a lot that goes into a dynamic website. Think of another dynamic website as Facebook as a dynamic website where people upload images, content in real time is updated, and things like that. So it connects to the server and then stores data and things like that. Whereas to a static website, you have to do the changes manually and probably go and update again. So that's basically the difference. Now, looking at starting up a website, I'm going to come back here again and explain what all this means. And then we've got one of our clients as well. She is a tutor. She teaches IELTS lessons. So this is a combination of a static website and a dynamic website. So the first part of the website, when you get land on the first page, this is just a one page landing page where people can go there, and then they can sign up for lessons. Once they pay, they go to her courses. So now the course part now is the dynamic part, because students enroll, pay, and it automatically updates their students portal, and then they can actually start learning in real time, leaving comments on lessons, and then the tutor can actually come and leave feedback and things like that. That's a very good example again of a dynamic website. So now let's go back to our lesson. I'm sure right now you kind of have an idea of what a static website and a dynamic website, but I don't want you to get into details a lot. I just want to stay at the tip of the iceberg. So now moving forward, let's look at what sort of a business, what sort of repeated tasks that your business do. So this is going to give you an idea of what sort of website you want to create. So this is the first question. So I'm going to give you examples of experience with clients and things like that. So I was actually assisting a client with some emails and things like that. So one of the things that actually happened with this client is that they want to send forms to their workers, okay, or employees and things like that. So what they do is that they type out a document. Once they type out a document, they send that document via email to the employees, and then the employee actually prints out that document, and then they can fill out the document with a pen, and then they sign the paper, and then they scan the paper, and then send it to the business owner. So one thing that you need to understand is that in that process alone, there is a lot of movement in terms of back and forth of papers and things like that. What we then had to suggest to this client, we had to create a website, and then we created what we call online forms that are embedded on their website. So each time they want an employee to fill the details and things like that, they'll just send a link, and then they type on the computer, they put a digital signature, and then when they hit send, it converts it into a PDF and then sent into the email of the employer. So that's a solution that is being provided by a website. And then send me an email to schedule a meeting. So I'm sure you do discuss with a lot of people in terms of your business, like you want to schedule meetings with people, and sometimes you're typing on WhatsApp like, when is our meeting, and they call you, probably you forget, or maybe the other part forgets. So there is a solution that you can integrate to your website, which is called a booking system. Now, a booking system is whereby you integrate a booking engine that someone goes onto your website and then pick the dates and the available slots that you have on your schedule, and then when they put their email, their phone number and details like that, an email confirmation is sent, and a reminder an hour before the meeting is actually sent. Those are some of the solutions that websites can actually bring. And then sending emails. Sometimes you could be sending emails back and forth for your business and things like that, reminders of certain aspects. So some of business owners, they don't want even a website. Actually, talking from experience, what they want is to just send emails in a professional branded name in their email. They don't want to use any of these popular emails like Gmail and things like that. So that could be another type of task in your business that you need to look into, so that you can actually the website can actually come as a solution. And then talking to staff, I know a lot of business owners, they educate their staff members in terms of educating them about their products, their updates, how to do things and things like that. But one thing that you need to understand is that if you are a business owner who is continuously repeating saying things, here's the advice that I can actually give you, is that you can use technology. Right now there is AI. What you do is that you record your voice giving people instructions. Once you record your voice giving people instructions, you use artificial intelligence to actually convert the audio into an article, and then you post that article on your website. What it simply means is that if another employee actually comes in and wants to learn the same thing, you don't have to get on the phone to tell them what you need. You just ask them to go and read what you've actually said before. Let me explain again in detail about this, how this concept works. It's really, really powerful. I want you to think of the cost of you losing an employee. You spend 2 months, 3 months, someone comes into your business, and then you're educating them about how your business works and things like that. And then the day that they leave the office, you hire someone again and you start to train them what you've trained someone before. So by documenting your instructions, your rules, and putting them somewhere on your website, it can be, those documents can also be password protected if you want them to be very privacy, so that you create what I call a system. A website can actually produce that solution. So now I don't want to go again and again explaining some of the repeated tasks in your business, but you do know them. What else are you repeating over and over and over again? There is a solution that can be brought by a website when you integrate these systems onto your website that you're actually trying to build. So let us look at hosting and domain registration. A lot of business owners, when they are working with me, I do come across a lot of business owners who want to start a website and things like that. The first thing when I speak to them is that what happens is that when I speak to them, they say that, okay, when I give them the price for our domain and registration, in fact, some web developers, they do give you a price for domain and hosting and registration and renewals. So as a business owner, you need to look at getting your domain. So a lot of people, what I wanted to check for is check for upsells and renewals. So there are companies out there, I'm not going to mention names. In your first year, the price is actually cheaper. It's actually cheaper, whereby probably you pay like $3 for a domain and then free hosting for 1 year. And little do you know that if you want to renew your service, there is a very good upsell whereby they actually go back to the actual price. So you need to check for renewals. I've come across situations whereby a business engage into a service like that, and then after a year, when they're supposed to renew, they really get stuck. Another very good example that I can actually give is that of Google services. Google does sell domains and hosting and things like that. So one of our clients actually bought a service from Google, and then what they did is that what they didn't know that is in Google comes probably with one professional email, and then if you need to add a second email, they do charge you for that. If you need to add a third email, they do charge you for that. Okay, and you need to be aware of those prices and be ready to cover them as your business grows actually. So that's the another point that you need to look at. Now, looking at management and maintenance, a lot of business owners, they underestimate this management and maintenance. So once a website is up and running, it needs to be monitored, okay? Especially if you do the dynamic website. One thing that you need to understand is that there are more tasks on a dynamic website and less to none tasks on a static website. So a static website, think of a static website as an online brochure that showcases your business, okay? People just go there, click, nothing changes over time. But when you're looking at a dynamic website, a lot of business owners, when they look at a dynamic website, most of them, they use WordPress. Now, WordPress comes with a lot of plugins, and these plugins, they are vulnerable to threads, and the plugins, they have to stay updated over and over and over again. And then also information has to be stored securely and things like that. So you need to look at how are you going to be managing your website if you do the dynamic website. So especially when small business owners, when they communicate with programmers, this is what they don't even put on their budget. This is what they don't even think of. And when it's time to get your website up and running, and when it's running, when it comes to management, it's actually something that is paid on a monthly basis, or it can paid on a yearly basis. And I want you to understand that management of the website and maintenance is different from support. Okay, a lot of developers, a lot of web hosting companies, they do offer support when it comes to your website, but management and maintenance, those are two different things. Let me just explain what support means. Support simply means that, let's say your website is actually hacked. Okay, your website is actually hacked. You can actually contact your hosting company, and then they can give you support to block your website so that it doesn't continue to be a threat to online, or continue to get threats. But what they don't help you with is a solution to remove the threat and things like that. This is where management comes in play, and maintenance comes in play as well. So you just need to understand that. So probably support is a way that they give you instructions on how to execute something, but really it doesn't give you a solution on executing the problem. So you may need to have management and support of your website. Another way of managing a website is basically to go and check out comments, go and check out some leads, go and publish articles. Is part of maintenance and management as well. So that's what I want to share on this point. Let me see if I can move on to the next question that you should ask yourself as a business owner. What is the cost of a dynamic website and a static website? So a lot of business owners, when I'm actually speaking to them, in fact, they go ahead and say, ideally, they say that they want a static website, and when they need a dynamic website. I'll give you a very good example of the recent conversation that I had with someone. So this person wanted a website done. So the first thing that they just said, you know what, I want a 2-page website, something that's simple, something that showcases my business and my service and things like that. So if you're going to be caught for that, you're going to be caught for probably a static website. And then I went on to engage in a conversation to say that, can you please show me what you want done? And then they showed me whereby the person wanted a property website. They wanted bookings done, whereby someone goes on the website, they make a booking. Let's say someone wants to stay a week. Someone wants to stay a week at their residence, and then someone goes there, and then they make a booking, they pay online, and then things like that. So one thing that you need to understand, if you want people to pay online and have a booking engine, probably now we are looking at a dynamic website. Okay, it's no longer a two-page website, because at the end of the day, what you need is for someone to go on the website when they book, let's say between the 10th and the 17th. Those dates should be blocked automatically on the website without you doing anything. So basically that's the dynamic part, whereby someone makes a booking and the dates are actually closed. So you need to look at the cost. Okay, when you're looking at that, you need to look at the cost and understand that a dynamic website is actually on the high price. It's actually on the high price in terms of creating a dynamic website, and these prices depends on the solutions that you want. Whereas a static website is something that people do claim that, okay, I can just go online and create a website for myself. Yes, you can actually do that. So just understand that there is a bit of a difference in terms of creating the two. Now moving forward, there is a question that a lot of developers do ask, whereby they say, can you show us an existing website designs and examples of a website that you particularly like, and that you can use as reference? So yes, it's while it is good to have reference to other websites and things like that, the thing that you need to ask yourself is that, is this providing some sort of solution in terms of what I need my business to do? Is it providing a solution? So when I'm talking about solution, remember the example that I gave of forms, the website that I gave of sending emails back and forth, of getting booked over the phone and over WhatsApp. What sort of solutions are you looking at? So when you're picking up a website, an existing website, and you need to give instructions to the developer. Pick up an existing website and tell them exactly the features that you like. You need to handpick the features that you like from an existing website and send to them. Otherwise, you may create a website that's just going to sit online and not do much. So moving forward, we are looking at about what external and internal tools do I need for your website. So this is optional, but yet it's very important. It's optional, but yet very, very, very important. Let me explain in terms of integrations and things like that. I'm also going to add a link in the description that has a place for entrepreneurs where they can buy these tools. So a very good example is when we're looking at integration and external tools, we can look at think of an external tool that sends out emails. Okay, or think of an external tool that actually can conduct bookings for you. Okay, so in most cases, these are tools that are actually built already, that are running. A very good example of it is called let's say HubSpot. Okay, HubSpot has got features whereby you can integrate HubSpot with your website. So these are some of the external tools that I'm actually talking about in terms of running your business. All these tools, they can be integrated to your static website or dynamic website, so to say. So sometimes you may need to take up the cost of these external tools. It's really optional, but it's something that you need to ask yourself, like, what sort of things do I need? What sort of tools? So if you go to the website that I've added and the description, it's going to show you a lot of dozens of tools that can be used to make your business run smoothly. Okay, so in our training, we're almost coming to the end of our training, so let me just go to the next point. Now, my next point is that any other professionals that you need. So when we're looking at any other professionals that you need, we are looking at, for a website to run properly. Okay, for a website to run properly, I've been having a conversation with one of my clients where we did a website setup for them. And then they went on to ask me, do I do SEO? Okay, they need to do SEO. They need to do paid ads. They need to do AdWords. They spoke about AdWords. They need to do Google My Business. They need to do blogging. They need to do social media and things like that. So when I was actually speaking to this client, they spoke about a lot of things that they needed to do. And this is again optional, something that you can do optional. Once your website is up and running, it doesn't guarantee that your website is going to rank on search engine. Okay. It doesn't guarantee that it's going to rank on search engine. There's so many factors that makes a website rank on search engine. So one of them is what sort of content is on your website, what sort of keywords are used on your website, and do you have backlinks? Backlinks is just other websites referring to your website. Those all those factors. There's like over 100 points that contributes to a ranking of your website. So again, how fast does your website load? How long do people spend on your website when they get there? All these factors, all of them, they do contribute, and you don't have to do everything, but you just have to do one part of it so that your website performs very well against your competition. So when you're looking at other professionals that you need, if you're looking at blogging, someone who can actually do blogging and write articles about for your website, definitely someone who does website design may not be able to do the blogging aspect. Okay, and then someone who does website design as well may not be able to do SEO. There may not be an expected SEO, there may not be an expected AdWords or social media and things like that. So as you're starting off your website, you need to know that just setting up the website is just one piece of the puzzle, and then making the website known and working with other professionals is something that you need to factor in as well in your business, so that you can actually get the maximum benefit of your business. We do get a lot of inquiries or a lot of help that we give to our clients, whereby they want changes done on the website and they want a little bit of tweaks and things like that. So these are services that actually happens after the website is set up, and those services, they do come at a cost, and you can actually hire someone on a monthly basis, or you can hire them on when you need them. So that's almost coming to the end of our session. Okay, so my biggest takeaway for you, if you have stayed this long, thank you so much. My biggest takeaway for you is that a website is your 24/7 employee. Think of your website as a tool that should work on your behalf. Think of your website as a tool that should work on your behalf, and it should do work on your behalf. Okay, so I've helped a lot of business owners actually to have a sort of a solution towards what they having a website that really works best for them. So let me give you another very good example of one of our clients, whereby whom we actually suggested a dynamic website and came up with a very good solution. So one of our clients is actually a podcaster. Okay, it's actually a podcaster. They have been creating podcasts, asking questions, interviews, over 500 podcasts that they've actually done. Okay, so on this podcast, they are asking questions to different business owners. How do you make it? How does this work? And things like that. So in that regard, when we actually approached them when they approached us to create a website, they gave us a chance to look at their business, and then we had to actually give them a proposal that this is the type of website that you need. So what we then said, you know what, you need to create a membership website. Okay, a membership website whereby all the people that you interview, they come and be listed on your membership website. So what it simply means is that if you interview person number 1, their business is listed on the membership website to say, we have interviewed person number 1, they are into interior design. And then you interview person number 2, you say this person is listed on the website, they're actually in property. Okay, you interview number 3, number 4, number 5, and then you add them. All these people, they are added onto the membership website. So what it simply means is that this person who is into property, can actually be listed on this website, and then this guy who does interior design can actually contact this person who is into property to say, hey, I saw that you have been interviewed at this show. It's a great show. I see that you are into property. I also had an interview at that show. but I offer interior design. So this is a solution that this person wants, and that's kind of the website that you want, a website that works for you. So there's so many solutions out there that I could give you, so and so. And another example that I can actually give you is of a tutor. Someone was actually teaching, an English teacher. We had to set up a website for her, which is focused on courses, that sells what she teaches. So again, I want you to understand this as you're actually creating your website. And yeah, so let me just now end up my conversation. Okay, so in closing, it's time to decide what kind of website you want. Are you going to go with static or dynamic? If you're just getting started, just go with static. You can make changes as you go. Dynamic actually comes with a lot of work, and be ready for you to commit the financial input that is ready for that, that is needed for that, and then also the amount of work that is needed. So with that said, if you have any questions, please reach out to us on the email hello@creative21.co.uk, or visit our website creative21.co.uk. With that said, thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see what you can actually come up with. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to help you with what you need. Thank you so much for now. Bye.